Hi, my name's Calum, and this is the Bandai Gashapon 1/12 Head Scissors, aka Rokusho from the series Medabots. I wanted to make this video because in the couple of months I've spent drooling over this figure, I've hardly seen any coverage of it, and I think it's an amazing start to a line that every Medabot fan should know about. For a 1000 yen Gashapon toy, Head Scissors here looks awesome. It totally captures all of those dynamic shapes and angles which make the designs from Medabots so memorable. The colors are all really nice, and the paint that is there is applied fairly well. You might notice that it's missing a few paint apps, like the blue on the arms and the blue and yellow on the knees. This and the Metal Beetle figure from the same wave seem to be better representative of the generic KBT and KWG type Medabots from the video games. There's also a third figure in the set, who's apparently from a more recent Japan-only Medabots game, which I'm not familiar with. All of these figures come blind packaged in Gashapon balls and have to be assembled, which is a quick and easy process and results in a super solid figure. However, the elbows are so solid that, unless you hold them together, they'll pop apart as you bend them. Some other parts can also pop off when pulled at or moved past their range, but I wouldn't call this a knock against the figure. It's really just the nature of its construction, and once you have it in hand and learn its limits, it becomes really fun and easy to pose. As far as articulation goes, Rokusho has a ball joint at his head, which can tilt left and right, as well as forward and back, and even his antennae can swivel all the way around. His arms can swivel all the way around on ball joints, which can also act as butterfly joints. He also has a swivel above the elbow and below the elbow. And his elbows are single jointed, but can bend far past 90 degrees. His hands are also on ball joints. His torso is on a ball joint, which can bend left and right, forward a little bit, and back very far. His legs are on ball joints and can bend forward and back this far, and spread this far. His legs can swivel a little at the ball joint, and all the way around on this peg below the knee. His knees are single jointed like his elbows, but also have a very deep bend. And his ankles are on ball joints, which can tilt left and right. And finally, he has a separate toe tilt and toe swivel. All of Rokusho's joints are tight, but sort of malleable in a way that you can pretty much put him into whatever pose you want, and then just drop him down on the table, and he should stand perfectly. What really sold this figure to me is its size. Unlike this dusty old Rokusho toy, these battle game Medabots, and the 1/6 scale Kotobukiya model kits and D-Arts figures, Gashapon Head Scissors is perfectly 1/12 scale, and will look great next to your Marvel Legends, Lightning Collection Power Rangers, G.I. Joes, or any other 6 to 7 inch scale figures. Each of the Gashapon Medabots also come with this really cool accessory, a 1/12 scale Meta Watch that can fit onto the wrist of almost any 6 inch action figure. These are actually older photos of my Meta Watch, because just as I started recording this video, I realized I had lost mine to the void of the carpet. I'm pretty bummed out about it, but thankfully I'll be getting a few more in this Bandai exclusive 10-pack, which was announced shortly after the first Gashapon trio released. It includes anime-accurate repaints of Head Scissors and Metal Beetle, along with brand new figures of Brass, Cyan Dog, Sumilodon, Phoenix, Shakar, Black Ram, and Robo Emperor, plus a standalone tin pet, 2 extra meta parts, and those 3 meta watches. The figures in this set even improve on the originals, with redesigned elbow joints, and additional points of articulation on some characters. I managed to pre-order this set on Big Bad Toy Store while it was very briefly available, so if you missed it there, I'd suggest keeping an eye on websites like Jungle and Mandarake after the set releases. Speaking of, I got my Gashapon Head Scissors at Mandarake, where I've since seen only another 1 or 2 of each Gashapon Medabot figure become available. If you want one for yourself, you can check those listings and turn on notifications to be emailed when Mandarake gets them in stock. Although, if you don't know, Mandarake is just a curated, collectible resale store, so there's really no guarantee that they'll get more. Which is why I'm really hoping that every figure I've mentioned gets a mass, non-exclusive release. This is looking to be a really great line, and it would be a huge shame for Bandai to limit its availability to Gashapon machines and P Bandai. Thank you so much for watching my first review. Please give me a like if you liked it, and subscribe because I'll be sure to review that premium Bandai 10-pack when that comes out. Until then, I'm working on a series about Transformers, where I'll be tracking and comparing different transformation schemes and engineering techniques throughout the toy line. It's totally unrelated to the topic of this video, but if that sounds interesting at all to you, stick around and I'll be back soon with that.